This week on Partner Spotlight, we take a look at the automobile industry as we speak with Suminder De Silva, CEO and head of the automobile sector for SoftLogic Holdings. Welcome to Partner Spotlight, Mr. De Silva. Now tell us a little bit about this sector of business for SoftLogic Holdings.
Well, as you said, we are part of SoftLogic Holdings, and we have some operations in automobiles. One is where we are now. This is Ford, operating as Future Automobiles. Then also we have SoftLogic Automobiles, which we operate Daihatsu, and King Long buses. So plus rent-a-car also under the umbrella of SoftLogic Automobiles. So this is the cluster. This is the sector, the automotive sector, part of the SoftLogic group.
How is the industry at this point of time?
Well, there's a bit of uncertainty in the market. Taxes. I think the taxes are not the issue at the moment. Well, in the past we had issues with hybrids and stuff like that, but fortunately hybrid taxes have been increased, and that's almost created a level playing field for hybrids and non-hybrid vehicles. But I think the uncertainty is due to political uncertainty yet in the country. I think people are still looking forward to this upcoming general election, and basically decisions are not being made yet. I think the need is there for cars, the market is there, but I think hopefully we should see things clearing out after the general elections and seeing the way forward.
How has the competition been in the market? Is the market saturated, do you think?
It is too saturated. I mean, competition, well, we have to first identify who our competitors are, right? And Sri Lanka traditionally buys the so-called 0 kilometer cars from used cars from Japan. Where all this, in the new car business, we call those the grey imports, right? They bring 0 kilometer cars, and they are probably 80–90% of the total vehicle sales in Sri Lanka. But if you take brand new cars sold by approved agencies, OEM agencies in Sri Lanka, there's quite a few. Yes, there is competition. Everybody has a car in each segment, the A segment cars, B segment cars, what have you, and it's competitive. Most of our sales come from pickups. Ford Ranger, which is one of the best-selling pickups in the world today.
What makes the services that you offer different from what is out there in the market?
Well, service levels. Service levels. I must say things have not been rosy and easy for us as well. Due to various factors. Ford has probably been around as a brand in Sri Lanka way longer than most of the other brands. But then again, there was changes in the Ford dealership in Sri Lanka. We acquired the dealership in 2011, and for a couple of years or more, Ford was in Sri Lanka without a appointed agent. That created a lot of confusion in the market, so unfortunately we have to carry that legacy also, in rebuilding confidence. I think we have done a great job at that. We've come a long way with customer service levels, a world-class facility here, which not many brands or dealerships can boast of. So I think we are getting there. We measure our customer satisfaction levels month in, month out, both for sales and for service, and we can see things. I think we have done a great job at that.
In terms of policies, Mr.
customer service levels,
what is lacking that could take the industry
world-class facility. Well, I think the government should regulate the import of cars in the country. When brands or dealerships, if you go down some streets, you can see this the so-called zero car or the reconditioned car importers, and they're springing up like mushrooms everywhere, and that's the biggest concern. There are various concerns with that. One is that they can't, unlike buying a car from a reputed dealer or appointed dealer like us. I mean, you buy a car from one of these grey importers. You know, when it comes to warranties, maintenance, availability of spare parts, all that, you know, some people don't, unfortunately in the Sri Lankan market, people don't think of that when they, you know, it is not one of the key buying decisions of a car, right? Whereas in other markets, in other regions, they will look at, you know, will the car be maintained, will the, you know, what sort of warranty the car has, you know, the availability of parts. But you know, you've seen a lot of, in the recent past, you've seen a lot of Honda Vessels in the market. There are thousands of them coming in, and it's good, yeah, because so far there are no issues, because these are all supposed to be 0 kilometer cars. But unfortunately, the Honda agent even doesn't bring these cars. These are all private importers, and it's yet to be seen. You know, give it another 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, when they start aging, when problems come up in these cars. I don't know what consumers are going to do and how they're going to get their cars fixed. So they'll have to rely on, you know, small garages who don't have the expertise to, you know, fix these cars.
So what do you have in the pipeline for the company?
Well, we have some exciting products coming up. We already have a very exciting existing lineup of cars. Like I said, we have a car for sort of almost every budget, every like, you know, be it passenger, be it commercial. We have a new Ford Everest SUV coming up, totally new platform, totally new car, 7-seater. And Sri Lankans generally are very SUV driven. I mean, people want to buy SUVs. Really exciting car. I mean, I saw it myself unveiled at the Bangkok Motor Show. So that will be here soon. We'll have a car or two to show our customers within the next few weeks in Sri Lanka. Then of course we have the exciting Ford Mustang coming on towards the end of the year, and then that's the I would say that's the first officially launched muscle car into this market, and there's a lot of excitement around it. People are cashed up. People you know, if you're cashed up, you want a lifestyle option. I mean, that's the car to get into. So all this is coming within this year.